Hello my friends and welcome to the new episode of Lift and Uplift, a series where I show you how I train, show you the progress, but also do my best to uplift you, to give you some actionable advice, talk about life and so on. My friends, today will be a full body session. Recently switched my program up from push-pull legs to full body 3 times a week. This is mostly because I'm cutting and the MMA training is getting too hard to recover from. So I needed to reduce my volume a bit and it just makes more sense. If I had a really hard workout, wrestling workout, I died and then tomorrow I have to max out, it doesn't work out that good. But with full body I can be more flexible, I can add one more extra day of rest, which is incredible. And yeah, it just allows you to be good everywhere and not have to be so overly obsessed about hitting like the next PR. Even though that's what we're going to try to do anyways, always improving, but yeah. So speaking of MMA, I got really bad injury. It's not bad, it just stops me from training as much as I like, with my left wrist, hitting the pads without reps. That was a stupid idea. And also my knee, I can barely squat down. I get in so much pain, so yeah, that's definitely an issue, but you'll see me work around that injury today and I hope it will be entertaining for you and of value. CATMAXX. So yeah, I'm starting off the workout with the wide grip Swiss bar press, but turned around to get more of a block type of benefit. Number one, the reason I chose to do Swiss bar is because of the wrist. So it's neutral grip, so it's easier to hold, even though it's still bothering me, but it's easier to hold. And I chose to go with the box style because I feel fatigued, and slightly less range of motion will be less fatiguing overall, for muscles. And trust me, you're still getting chest, you're still getting gains, so that's all good. So my friends, as you can see, I'm putting on the reps already because the wrist hurts a lot already. And this is completely normal. You will have injuries, you'll have things that are different than what you want to do in training, in life, whatever. And if you have this idea that I need to do this specific thing or I'm not going to do anything else, yeah, that's where you're going to fail. Then you're not going to progress. Because if you just have this image of, yeah, this is how it looks like, you'll fail very soon because life is unpredictable. But as long as you keep moving and adapting, you'll make progress. I could have easily said, "Wow, frick it, I'm just gonna rest, recover, and train again." But then I would miss out on the days of training where I can still progress in some other things. Yeah, don't be silly. Well, alright, my friends. First set. Honestly, the hardest part with this bar is training without spotter because unracking it is difficult, very difficult. But yeah. So this weight will be challenging, I'm sure. I'm still not that used to lifting with close grip. Yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna get, I hope, 5, something like that. So let's see. Good. Alright, my friend said too. The cat is giving me strength. And parasites. Recently I put out a post on Instagram, it's called Numb. And believe it or not, it's not a Linkin Park song. It's actually very real in terms of that it's like a personal little journal even that I put out. And the reason I put it out is because you can really see the way of thinking, how you end up in this situation, and an actual solution, which is always the most important thing for me when I write, when I speak, to actually offer you a solution, not just talk philosophy and think about what could it be, whatever. I always need to find a solution, and hopefully you'll get something out of it. So if you haven't read it yet, pause the video right now. It will be in the description, so we can continue talking about this. By the way, this is like my sixth take recording this, because construction noise, cars, whatever, it's always happening when I'm trying to say something. But we have to keep going, even though I'm getting colder here. But message is kind of important, and the message is: if you are indifferent like that, about life, and you might say, okay, whatever, I don't have luck, I'm this kind of person, whatever that's in your mind. The problem, you have to imagine life like a little person, and they're running on this road, and you are running alongside life. And the problem is, if you're not keeping up with life, you're not always next to it, life can go so much further away without even realizing, because you're so stuck on your own pace, or you are like a snail pace, literally. When we are indifferent, we will slowly accumulate these changes in us. We'll slowly change who we are, and then life will go so far away that it will get a car and run us over, literally. And we don't think, it's like, how could this be? How could I have made myself get into this situation? But we are not paying attention. We are not actively running and pursuing life. Like I told you, like I injured my wrist, my knee's bad. This is something that's unpredictable, even though I'm trying to run next to life. Because life will literally, even though it's running, it will also throw banana peels and whatever next to you. But you have your pace, you slip, you can speed up and continue running. No matter how exhausted you might be, you will still continue running. And this is the key. Just as I will adapt to this workout, and I will not be shocked when my injury happens. My word will not break because of it. The same way with anything in life. You must be the type of person that will do everything in your power to do everything you can in your power. Very simple. And those things that you can't control, great, we adapt to it. So this is, even though, like I said in the post, you don't feel like it, those small steps that you take forward, and even for guys that are doing really great, the day still consists of small steps that need to be done. They're not automatically done. If I'm doing good, I'm not automatically being a good person. I need to show to myself that I am still that kind of a guy, and that's done by activities, working out, praying, being good to everyone around me and stuff like that. You and I and everyone else is no different until I do that today. What happened the other days doesn't matter. But if I do it today, okay, then I'm this person. And if you do it today, then you are this person, my friend. So let's go to pull-ups. There's some kind of bird here. It's jumping around. It's making this noise that I don't really hear often. I love birds, but it's so funny. Like, what's going on? Alright, so keeping up with the team, I'm doing neutral pull-ups now. I tried doing just regular grip, but wrist is still bad. What do you say, Kat? I want to keep some reps in reserve because pull-ups, they hit you like a truck, just as life does. And but yeah, I know the next set will be much harder, so keeping 2 reps in reserve. Noticeably weaker today, but who cares? The other day, I said I'm competing this year 100%. And let me tell you something about competition, comparison, and how good it actually is. When they say you shouldn't compare your successes to others, there's a little bit of truth to that, because if you are looking at Instagram, and you see these 16-year-old kid pulling more than 300 kilograms on deadlift, or like 600, 700 pounds, obviously you're gonna be a bit discouraged because you're like, oh, why cannot I be like this? But that's, for this example, like there will always be outliers, there will always be juiced up kids, whatever. That's not the point. The point is that look at this gym that I have now. A few years ago, I had, I could put like 90 something kilograms on the bar, like 200 pounds. And because that was my limit, I guess, it also limited my mind. Like those 4 years of training, at first, I wasn't strong at all, because I had the equipment, I had the benchmarks, and I know that's all of my weight is going to be hard to reach it, And I swear it's because of that I have made less progress during those years. The same way when I bought my dumbbells, the max dumbbell I had was 32.5 kilograms. Then when I went to the gym and I saw 40 kg dumbbells, that was my next goal. And I managed to do stuff with 40 kg dumbbells, which I never thought I could do before, because I had that little limit set in my mind. And this limit is not conscious. It's not like, oh, this is heavy, It's like your subconscious takes these things and applies it to you. Same way, if you are hanging out with people who are very successful, it will broaden your horizons, and you are more than likely to also be successful, because the energy rubs off and you just see different possibilities. I have a friend that is training swimming with this medalist, or he's like top 10 in the world, whatever, in his division. And he trained before, he trained really hard, tried his best. And then he spent 6 months training with him, trying to keep up with him, and the results were 10x. Not because he showed him different ways of training, different methods, but because he had a benchmark, he saw a new possibility, and his mind unlocked it. This goes to show you, my friend, it's all in the mind. And that's why you need to compete with yourself, but also with others. And what I said at the beginning, I said I'm going to compete. And by that I meant in probably grappling. Because, like, if you ask me, I still cannot say, oh, why do I train MMA or stuff? Yeah, it's fun. I've been doing it for like a year and a half now. I'm not good at it, but I'm trying. But why do I train? Obviously, there's reasons like self-defense, like brotherhood, whatever. Yeah, it's cool. But I don't have the same motivation to do it as I do with lifting, because lifting, I'm literally killing demons here. I'm literally fighting everything, and just, I guess, reminding myself of who I am, why I started. But with MMA and fighting, it's like, whatever. But for some reason, I keep going, and for some reason, I love it. And I thought about it a bit, and I realized, well, it's such a good thing to be humbled all the time. It's such a good thing. It's also such a good thing to not always lead, not always be at top, because in my life, I know I'm a coach. In my life, I have my business. I'm always kind of, put in a position where I have to lead. But when you have other people that are better than you, that are telling you what to do, it's such a humbling experience. And the fact that you're a beginner in something, and you're constantly getting your ass kicked, it's incredible. And then we end up on what I just talked about, competing. I think the biggest reason why I go, and most people go, it's actually the competition. Because it is in our nature to do so. And even though you lose, it wakes up the fire in you to get even better. And we should do it all the time. It's literally how we will feel happier, better, more fulfilled. Compete. You'll feel maybe shitty when you lose. You'll maybe feel happy when you lose because you learn a lesson, but compete either way. And what I want to also experience with competing is that I want to exactly go there to those limits that I didn't know were possible, and to see how far I can go in a year, how far I can push myself, because why not, I will get to see what I'm made of, not just, talk about these things. So yeah, my friends, let's continue working out. Now I'll do a little superset to save on time, but also because it's opposing muscles and it will not have any overlap. So it will be dumbbell shoulder press with the hyperextensions, because that's the only thing I can do with this knee situation right now. I'm going a bit lighter than usual due to the injuries. So yeah. You really need to be kind, Maxing, my friend. Maybe you saw that guy who is just going around and complimenting strangers. He's sometimes getting weird looks. He sometimes, has people cheer up. Now tell me, what is preventing you from being kind? It is such an easy thing to do. Doesn't cost you anything, and even if it's forced out of you, you're absolutely making yourself and others happier. The thing with words, the thing with thoughts, the music, whatever we surround ourselves with, even though we might mean something in a joking way, Even though we might say something and don't mean it, our subconscious is still absorbing it, and we are putting that, out in the universe. Some people can say, but there's some truth to it. If you're saying, "Oof, I'm sad, I'm this, I'm not doing that," but just that. If you're saying things like, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, saying good things, and you don't even really mean it, you will start feeling good. Same thing when you listen to sad music. Oh, it helps me get through this. No, it keeps you in the loop of feeling sad, my friend. You will still be the same person. Maybe you'll not be sad necessarily, but you'll still be in that kind of a victim mindset and whatever. And then I'm not saying like you should listen to positive music with this. I'm not saying anything like that, because that can be very cringe. But what you should do is just realize the powers you have on others. That's the main point. The power to change the world by changing how you feel, how others feel. And this is why you need to be kind maxing. You see someone and you see they have a nice shirt. Hey man, I like your shirt. And just keep walking. Or you see someone, elderly maybe, carrying bags, whatever. Hey, excuse me, please let me take that for you, You see someone don't be like, smile, hey, hey, like say hi, be that kind of a person who people are gonna remember. And be like, that's such a nice guy, he's always positive and kind to me. Instead of being just like another guy who's like avoiding eye contact, who's avoiding other people. If you are, you specifically, and I'm not talking about the world, but you listening to this, if you just gave it a bit more effort, you have no idea of what chain of reaction you set off in the world. And this is all that it takes for the whole world to be such a more beautiful place. Just being more kind. Like, you can think of many things, but you will not think of a good reason to actually tell me why this isn't a good thing and why you shouldn't do it, or the reason why you have that you're not doing it. You will not find it. Anxiety, the way you actually get better at it is just literally by doing this. By the way, if you have anxiety, you say you have anxiety, you do this. Make yourself a little goal. Do it 5 times a day, maybe, until it becomes just a part of who you are. And what an incredible achievement that is. You're just being kind, and you are able to do this, and you are able to have this into your identity. We are called to love each other, my friends. And we are not called to expect it from others. But if everyone is loving, if every individual is loving the other person, well, what happens is we all love each other. So be more strict with yourself about these things. Realize that this is a very important mission, just as for you lifting weights is, for you pursuing your career. Just as important, if not more, is being kind. And the more they try to hate, my friend, the more resistance you find. While you do this, while you try to be kind, you will find people that will ridicule for this, that will make you look weak, make you appear that you're crazy. But this is exactly what will happen. You need to expect this, and you need to fight even more for this. Fight for good. We are in a freaking war, my friend. Always. Good versus evil. And please, if you don't choose the side, you will automatically choose the bad side. Trust me. Let's keep fighting. All right, friends, so for the last 3 workouts, I've been doing hammer curls, again, because of the wrist. So now, just to switch it up a tiny bit, I'll do the fat grips. No way. Well, I try using this now for the hammer curls. Hurts too much. So this will be like a 3rd workout in a row that I'm doing hammer curls, but that's the only thing I can kind of do with my wrist. So yeah, let's do it. I'm also supposed to be doing some triceps, but I got some volume from those 2 presses today, and everything that I try doing just flares up. The wrist even more, so I mean, who cares? And the close grip presses, I mean, the narrow grip presses again work the triceps enough to at least maintain them, which I'm fine with. So yeah, I'm gonna do 1 more set of these. I'm not gonna record you. I'll record it for you. I'm not gonna bore you with it. And also for accountability's sake, I'm putting this at the end. Tonight, I'm also gonna do some conditioning work, and you'll see some clips from that at the end of the video, because yeah, just so you can see that I've actually done it. And this is so because I haven't trained MMA 3 times this week, trained it only 2 times. And one of those times was obviously because of the wrist and the knee. But yesterday I went, and I'm so glad I did. I literally didn't even warm up. I just did air bike, couldn't do jumping stuff, but had a good session. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here, my friends. And yeah, this is the last you'll hear me talk today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. You know, honestly, I haven't felt like recording today, but I have to kind of force myself to do things, even though I don't want to do it, because that's life. This is literally everything that I've been talking about, and if I can help at least one of you guys, that is what I'm here on this earth for. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave the comments down if you have any questions that you want to be answered during the workouts. Do you want anything that specifically that you want me to do more of in these videos? And leave a like, subscribe if you're new, because those things really help me to do this more. So yeah, see you soon, my friends. Good luck with everything that you're doing in life, and God bless you. Much love.